Let's talk about education in Mississippi. There's a guy, Phil Bryant, wrote on RealClearEducation.com.
Our former governor, yeah.
Right? Okay. Mississippi's dead last ranking in the U.S. in overall education was once a familiar statistic, but recent test scores reveal the incredible new reality of academic prosperity for students in the state. According to the 2022 National Assessment of Educational Progress, Mississippi fourth graders, when adjusted for demographics, are ranked as the nation's top performers in reading and second in math. And he says victories of this caliber do not happen by accident or overnight, the result of hard work, dedication, and years of legislative battles and implementation.
Well, they certainly don't happen overnight, but he's right on track. Phil Bryant served 2 terms as governor. The good thing about what we've been able to accomplish with certain elementary groups is we had some benefactors that came in.
Okay.
In a very helpful way. Chief among them, Jim Barksdale, who is a probably 7th or 8th generation Mississippian. His ancestor was General Barksdale from the Battle of Gettysburg in the Civil War. But he's made an enormous amount of money. God has been overly generous to Jim Barksdale in terms of what he's been able to do financially. And so he's pretty much semi-retired back in Mississippi and started the Barksdale Reading Program.
Okay.
And basically he set out to prove that big city, inner city kids can absolutely learn to read just as well as anybody else if you put your mind to it. And so part of what the government has done, that Governor Bryan is so pleased about, has also been facilitated by this great benefactor, Mississippian Jim Barksdale, putting his money where his mouth is and saying we are going to prove that a generation of excellent readers can come along out of the public school system.
Wow.
And I'm all for alternatives. Some of my grandchildren go to public school, and some of them go to private school. And I'm a graduate of Pontotoc High School public school. But the vast majority of our young people are going to be educated in public schools, at least in Mississippi, but for financial reasons, because that's what their parents can afford. And we are showing that in so many areas, our kids that have gone through the Barksdale Reading Program, can score, maybe not all of them, maybe not all the schools are second or third or so in the nation, but in the top 22 out of 50 states,
That's
things
pretty
like
good.
that, and doing better. So hats off to the state government for being a part of this, and big kudos to Jim Barksdale and the Barksdale Reading Program. I'm glad you mentioned that. I didn't ask that you put that on the agenda, but yeah, it's a wonderful achievement.